This illustration shows how information is distributed and can get viral through the social streams. So one tweet can be shared, and then it can go to the friends of my friends and the friends of their friends. So this can go on and on exponentially. Compelling information, when shared online, has this ability to spread almost the way a virus does. Have you heard of the term, it turned viral online? Okay. One example is when the Senate was conducting its hearings on corruption earlier this year. Who was listening into those hearings? Anybody? Okay. Anyway, when the Senate was conducting its hearings earlier this year, Newsbreak was live tweeting what the hearings were all about. And then at the same time, we were also posting information called from research we have done like in 2004, years ago. So we tweeted, I think the tweet was about this condominium that Ligot, one of the generals, had in Esenza, this 20 million peso condominium. And the tweet was retweeted by an actress, Angelica. I think it was Angelica Panganiban. And that tweet reached almost 1 million, which is remarkable because Newsbreak only has 16,000 followers about 16,000 or so followers at the time. So for tweets by Newsbreak to reach 1 million means it got redistributed along the networks of our friends, of our followers online. So the same thing can happen to posts you tweeted. If it's compelling enough, it can turn viral online. Okay. How does this apply to disasters, which is our topic today, or to social advocacies? Okay. Let's take up disasters. When a disaster strikes, it's very crucial for people to get timely information. Okay. This includes updates on what's happening, how to get to safety, tips to avoid danger, where are the hazards. For instance, if there are landslides, like what happened in Pepeng, with Pepeng 2 years ago, people want to know which roads are blocked, which areas have already been cleared. If there's a storm, if there's a typhoon, where is it headed? You want that real time for it to be useful for people so that they can prepare, so that they can plan what they can do. And then there's another thing. What we noticed during the coverage of Andoy and Pepeng is that people also want to, like, when Andoy and Pepeng struck the country 2 years ago, there was so much chaos. Because of the scale of the disaster, there was so much chaos. And there were so many people waiting to be rescued. The authorities were overwhelmed. But there were also people who were looking for ways to help. So what role did social media play in that kind of scenario? This is where social media came in. Overnight, a group of volunteers put this page together, Help for Andoy typhoon victims in the Philippines. And it showed how to get help, people in need of help, how to help. Basically, organized information, which otherwise people would have had to score for in the whole ocean of the internet. So it simplified the process. It kind of organized otherwise unorganized individuals. One thing more that we noticed before during Andoy was that and Pepeng was that people were clearing Facebook of all the, usually you use Facebook for playing. Who plays Mafia Wars or Angry Birds? Usually you use it for social games. But during Andoy and Pepeng, people were using Facebook and Twitter and all the social media to help out, to put information out there that people need. So it allowed people who wanted to help to come to the rescue. Likewise, 1 week after the disaster, it also helped people in locations not yet reached by authorities and the media to let others know the situation in their areas. Now, what about advocacies? Such as the Balili River revitalization campaign. I was studying the material you sent us, and then I noticed you were looking for instance, gathering information, doing research on Balili River, and then that's related to your advocacy. So you also want to network and do workshops and train, right? And obviously, you want to disseminate information about your campaign, popularize your campaign. Okay. You may want to look at the way, this case study on how ABS-CBN used the social media to ramp up awareness towards the May 2010 elections and get the public to help in election monitoring. So who here is familiar with ABS-CBN's Boto Mo Ipatrol Mo campaign? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so much of it was done in the social media. So we set up social media networks social media channels for people to submit content. But at the same time, we also stimulated debate through the highly interactive Harapan series. Who has heard of the Harapan series during the debate between Lauren and Mar, and the vice presidential debate? You were there. Were you participating on Twitter? No. Okay. No. The thing with that is that it was so widely participated in that the hashtag Harapan, the term we use to organize the whole debate online, trended on Twitter globally. So towards election day, however, Maria Ressa, our boss here, posed this challenge to us. So, kasi we already set up our own channels. But what about information that people post online that are not directly submitted to us? How do we find them? How do we report about them? Now, this was a tall order because given the nature of the internet and the social media, there's a virtual ocean of information out there. So what we did is we used tools for curating information in the social media. And these are things that you can use also for your advocacy. This is the mashup of, move on. Next. This is a mashup of some terms that I found from the stuff you sent us. Okay, like Balili River, search terms that you can use to search the social media for information that can be useful to you. You can use. We will be posting online later, like tutorials on how to use these curation tools. So, just to wrap up, there's key elements that we just need to remember when using the social media to promote our advocacies or to organize for disaster preparedness. One is, social media is composed of people who are online. If you don't have an account yet, open one. Okay. If your organization doesn't have an account yet, it would be good to open one. Then, after that, you link your offline network through online tools. You can tag people to call their attention or establish networks or communities. On Twitter, you can start a list of key local information sources. We did this, if you visit the page of the Twitter account of MovePH, we just did this list. We have this list of sources, government sources for information related to disaster. So you can do the same here in Baguio for information related to local disasters. Okay. On Facebook, you can start a group page. I understand you don't have a group page yet. Okay. It's a great example what the Cordillera Conservation Trust did. This is, and then you can extend your reach by participating in existing communities and networks, such as this page. Okay, this is shameless plug. We hope you like our page on Facebook and participate. That's about.
Thank you, Gemma.